Okay, now so we have completed mutation. Just like there is another systematic force which will affect our genotypic frequency. So in hereditary mechanism in groups, we assume each group has its own fixed gene frequency, and this gene frequency may be changed by the migration. So what is the meaning of basic meaning of migration? That some gene will transfer to one gene pool to another gene pool. Okay, some gene will transfer from one gene pool to, suppose this is gene pool 1 and this is gene pool 2. So few genes will transfer or migrate it from one gene pool to another gene pool. So this the effect of migration on the frequency of an allele in a recipient population. Suppose this is a recipient population, and suppose and this is donor population. So some genes will transfer from the donor population to the recipient population or vice versa. It can be from both the side also. So this recipient population depend on the rates of immigration, and there is another term emigration. So these two terminologies are important. Whenever you go means by flight, by air, through air, so there is one immigration certificates. Like immigration is also there. So this is the frequency that moving out from the population, moving out from the population. It is known as emigrants, emigration, moving out from the population. And what is immigration? This is moving into the population. So if we see here, from this, some if some genes are there that is transferred from one gene pool to another gene pool. So this is what moving out for this gene pool 1. This is moving out from the population. Okay, so this is immigration for gene pool 1, and we can say moving into the population, that is immigration for gene pool 1, immigration for gene pool 2, and emigration for gene pool 1. So suppose if I take this, like suppose this is my population and this is donor population, and this is recipient population. Now proportion of m genes, suppose proportion, this is proportion of m genes are there which are transformed from donor population to the recipient population. So this is, and so this is what moving out from this population, and moving out is known as emigration, emigration for donor population. Okay, and moving into the recipient population, so this will be known as immigration, migration to the recipient population. Okay, so suppose now this is natives and immigrants. Suppose our earlier gene frequency, suppose this is I am taking as a native population or recipient population. So this is known as natives, and its earlier frequency is q0, and after immigration it's this is qd. means QD proportion of genes will transfer from here to here. Now, and this is relative immigration rate, that is known as 1 minus m and m proportion. So m proportion of QD genes is going from donor population to the recipient population. So I can say that after immigration, the gene frequency is Q1. Earlier it was Q0. Now after immigration, the gene frequency is Q0 into 1 minus m. See here, Q0 into 1 minus m plus QD into m. So I can solve it and we will remain with that Q1 is equal to Q0 minus m Q0 minus QD. Q0 is initial gene frequency and QD is after immigration. So if I calculate delta Q, this will be Q1 minus Q0. So Q0, this Q0 will be cancel out and this will be minus m Q0 minus QD. Okay, you remember this is important, delta Q. Okay, so this is important, that what is the change in gene frequency after migration. Now I can say that delta Q is directly proportional to m. This is immigration rate, means by which rate the genes are migrated, or it is directly proportional to the difference in the gene frequency. Earlier gene frequency to the, this is difference and this is immigration rate. So likewise, after we can calculate like Q1 minus QD after one generation, two generation, three generation. So after n generation, if I directly write after nth generation for calculating the generation n, that we can calculate like m is equal to 1 minus, this is important formula, 1 minus qn minus qd upon q0 minus qd. So remember this formula, to the power 1 by n. So this ratio is used to estimate the proportion of genes in migrants. This is used to estimate, I will tell you one example, the proportion of genes that is migrated. So this is important for. Okay, so now we will see one question regarding this. So question is, initial gene frequency is given like 0.02, then it is given that QD means, what is QD? What is QD? After immigration, the gene frequency of the recessive allele. So this is given as 0.43 and Qn is also given, that is 0.094. So there is means there is a statement of the question and I have found this all the three events, that migration model is there, allelic frequency found in. So there are two population, that black population, black and Cauc- Caucasians population in US, and Negroes are currently living in West Africa. West Africa. So US Caucasians जो frequency है that is given as 0.43. That is after migration. It is a very lengthy statement of the question. After reading the question, you can easily calculate find out that this is the initial frequency of the population. This is QD means that after migration, and this is after nth generation. Now, this it is given that frequency of black people in Auckland after means migrations after nth generation. This is given as 0.094. Now, if I want to calculate the proportion, that which proportion of gene has been transferred, so I told you this ratio, it is useful. So this type of question can come in the exam, that the ratio is Qn minus Qd divided by Q naught minus Qd. So what we are doing here, nth generation gene frequency minus after migration gene frequency divided by initial gene frequency minus same after migration frequency. Okay, so Qn is given as 0.094 minus QD is given as 0.43 divided by Q0 is given as 0.02 minus 0.43. So we can calculate here 0.336 divided by 0.41. So after calculating, I'll get 0.82. So what is the what is the means this interpretation of this 0.82, that 82% of genes were of West Africans. 82% of genes were West Africans, and remaining 18% of genes were Caucasians. Okay, so this we have checked that which proportion of which genes is having the population. 82% is there of West Africans and 18% of genes is having Caucasians. Now it is given that of n is equal to 10, that 10 generation, after 10 generation, what will be the rate of migration? Okay, so our question is to find m. N is given, that is n is 10. So what is the rate of migration? 1 minus m to the power. And what is the formula of this? See, this is the formula. M is equal to 1 minus Qn minus this. So what is m is equal to m is equal to 1 minus Q n minus Qd upon Q0 minus Qd to the power 1 by n. So if I take this this side, so this I'll get 1 minus m is equal to Qn minus Qd upon Q0 minus Qd, and this is 1 minus n. So if I take this power, so 1 minus m to the power n is equal to Qn minus Qd upon Q0 minus Qd. After calculating, I'll get 1 minus m to the power n is equal to 0.82. Because we have calculated, this ratio will come 0.82. So this will be n. If I write 1 minus m is equal to 0.82 to the power 1 minus n, 1 by 10. So after calculating this, we will get 0.0196. So this is the migration rate, or we can say this is approximately 2%. Okay, this is approximately 2% of the genes in the black were introduced from the Caucasians after 10 generation, or in each in each generation 2% population black introduced from the Caucasians. So our donor population is what? Caucasians are donor Caucasians to black in West Africa. So Caucasians is our donor. So we can say that by 2% migration rate they are transferred from Caucasians to black. Okay, so this type of small questions can come in the examination, that what is the ratio, this ratio 82%, 18%. I will send this full question, right? Means full question of this I'll send in the WhatsApp. You will just check it, the language of the question. You can understand that these given frequencies are of this. Okay, now we will move to the third our if factors that is affecting the gene frequency, that is selection. So mutation we have covered, migration we have seen. Now third one is selection. So on the basis basic assumption we made that, अभी हम लोगों ने एक assumption हार्डी विनबर्ग लॉ में एक assumptions था that parents irrespective of their genotypes will contributed equally to the generation of offspring. Okay, so our as per the Hardy Weinberg law, we have assumed that someone is still joining. Okay, as per the Hardy Weinberg law, we have assumed that parents will contribute equally to the generation of the offspring. Means they will equally contribute to the offspring generation. But this situation need not as simple as it. It is not so simple. It is not simple. It is not means continuous. It is not consistent, we can say. So what happened? What is the problem here? That some genotypes may have a smaller chance of survival to the adulthood. ओके, वन फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम इज, अभी क्या होगा, सपोज हमने एक ग्रांड पेरेंट जनरेशन है, सपोज आई एम टेकिंग एग्जांपल हियर, सपोज दिस इज ग्रांड पेरेंट जनरेशन. फॉर एग्जांपल देयर इज 100 genes, 100 genotypes. Okay, now from this grandparent we can say that this 100 grandparents will contribute to the parent generation, but due to some problem only 90 genotypes survive to the parent generation. What I told, that some genotypes may have problem or a smaller chance to survival to the adulthood. Up suppose if they will not survive till adulthood, how they will produce the progeny? So that is the problem. Only 90 parents will contribute to the offspring generation. So this is the difference here. 90 parents, earlier it was 100 genotype, but only 90 survived till to the adulthood, and so 90 means now offspring will come from the 90 genotypes. So this is the first problem, that some genotypes may have a smaller chance to survival to the adulthood. Or second problem is, suppose they reach to the adulthood. They reach to the adulthood, but they may be less successful at the fertilization. They reached adulthood, but they may be less successful. They may be less successful at the fertilization stage. So if there is no fertilization, there is no offspring. So that this type of problem is affecting the gene frequency for the next generation. So for that we have to do selection. So this non-differential, now this non-differential reproduction of genotypes is known as selection. This non-differential reproduction of genotype is known as selection. So for this type of genotypes, we have to do some selection and all. So the definition is this non-differential reproduction of genotypes is known as selection. Okay, got it? This two situation, that some genotypes will not go to the adulthood. If they reach to the adulthood, they are less fertile. They are less fertile, or we can say they will be less fertile. Now, by changing this, now suppose there are two type of selections are there. One is natural selection, and second one is artificial selection. So what is natural selection? So suppose the effect of environment. So by changing the environmental circumstances, in which the population breeds, means the population is, suppose one population is one different environment, and after some environmental circumstances, it's, suppose for example now, suppose I am living in a Dang district of Gujarat, and Dang district have now certain environment in which during monsoon there is so much rainfall is there, but after rainfall there is dry period will come. So the environment is changing for some population, so they will migrate from one area to another area. So this type of selection means, if there is some selection due to the environmental circumstances, then it is known as natural selection. Okay, now what is artificial selection? Suppose I am a breeder. And I want to make some varieties on the basis of, suppose there to means to fight with the adverse condition of the rainfall, of means of the drought condition likewise. So I will artificially select some varieties for this purpose. Suppose for particular area, suppose for Rajasthan area, arid zones is there. So for arid zone, some different particular varieties will be there. So for that, breeders do will changes in the genotypes, and that is known as artificial selection. So maybe deliberately and desired by the breeder in order to improve the variety of improve the characteristics of plant or animal. So this is known as artificial selection. Okay, now selection can reveal itself in several ways. Selection occurs when certain zygote fail to survive to the adulthood. I told you the condition. Just I'll write for several ways for the selection. That selection occurs when certain zygotes fail to survive to the adulthood. Second one, some adult die before they get chance to reproduction. Third one, now there is one important statement. What is viability? What is viability? An individual's chance of survival to the next stage of the life cycle is called as viability. Okay, so this is known as viability. So this is known as viability, an individual's chance of survival to the next stage of life cycle. Suppose if I take insect example, so insect X are there, then X, after X larva will be there, and after larva then pupa condition will be there. This is larva, this is X, and after pupa there will be beautiful adult. Okay, like if I make some, this beautiful adult will be there. So this is life cycle of some insect. So if X from X, suppose 5X are there, all 5s will turn into the larva. Then after larval condition, only 4 larvae became into the pupa. So there means there is reduced viability of one larva. So one larva is due means died before the pupal stage. So this is from one stage to another stage going. This is known as viability. Okay, so I can say that if all the 5 eggs turn into the adult, turn into this final stage of the life cycle, then I can say that all eggs are viable. All eggs are viable. Okay, so this is known as viability. Now third condition is, first one is this, second and third one is that some genotypes are less fertile than others. So these are the conditions of selection. And what is the fertility? कोई बता सकता है what is fertility? So we can say that the proportionate gametic contribution. proportionate gametic contribution per mature individual to the next generation is known as fertility level. Actually, these type of definition can come in your, if you are preparing for ARS mains also, then there will be 20 questions of fill in the blanks. So this, what is fertility, what is this viability, this type of questions can come in your fill in the blanks question. So that's why I'm covering this also. Now another form of this selection is familial selection is also there. Familial selection. So differential viability among offspring depending on their own genotype and those of their parents. So suppose it's only dependent on the genotype, then we can say that is non-familial. If I write non-familial selection, so it will depend only on the own genotype, but it will depend on the parent. So this will be parent comes means there is family, so that this will depend on the parental genotypes. So this will be known as familial selection, and this is non-familial selection. Now there is one important terminology, that is fitness. What is fitness? Or it is also known as selective value, or we can say it is adaptive value. These are other names of fitness. Don't confuse that if somebody asks that what is selective value, what is adaptive value. So the fitness of a genotype, which is also called as selective value or adaptive value, may be defined as the proportionate contribution by all the member of same type to the next generation. Next generation genetic pool. So what is, suppose this is my population, capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, small a, small a. So what proportion of this capital A is going into the next generation? That will decide the fitness of particular genotype. Okay. So, or another definition is the proportionate contribution of offspring by the genotypes. Sorry, this will be to the offspring. The proportionate contribution to the offspring generation by the parental genotype. Or another definition is the number of progeny number of progeny born per generation or per genotype. This is the number of progeny born per genotype. This will show the fitness of the parental generation. So individual will, suppose some particular individual which will contribute more to the offspring. It will known as fitter. So it is fitter. Okay. And the value attached to that particular individual, the value attached to them is known as fitness. What is fitter and what is fitness? Fitter just like estimate and estimator. See the just like estimate and estimator. Estimate is what? Which is estimating the population. Sample estimate is estimating the population and its value is known as estimator. Value is known as estimator. The value of estimate is known as estimator. Just like we are saying that fitter is what? Fitter is that individual which is contributing more to the offspring generation. Okay, and the value attached with that particular individual, it's known as its fitness. So its fitness of particular individual will be there. Okay, suppose for example there is some I can say some insect is there which is contributing more to the offspring generation. So this it will have some fitness. It will have some fitness value, and this particular insect is known as fitter. So the individual which is contributing more to the offspring generation, it is known as fitter, and its value, it is the value which is means which is particularly regarding to the contribution of the offspring, it is known as fitness value. Okay, now we will see what is selection coefficient. Selection coefficient is denoted by small s, and its range is just like probability range, that is 0 to 1. Okay, this is the range of selection coefficient. Suppose this is my capital A, this is small a is our, and this is my 1 minus s. This is fitness. So the fitness of dominant genotype I am taking 100%, and fitness of this recessive gene is 1 minus s. S is what? S is selection coefficient. Suppose this is 100%. So I am favoring A, and this is selection against recessive. So this is 1 minus s. Suppose this is 90%. So I can say we are favoring to the dominant gene, and we are against selection is against to the recessive, that is 1 minus s. So that's why I am doing this. Now this is the representation of how we will calculate this. Now we will see for the two locus, capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, small a, small a. Then we know that the frequency is p square 2pq, and q is square, and its fitness, or we can say relative fitness, is W11. Fitness is represented by W. W11 is equal to 1 minus S1. W12 is 1, and W S22 is 1 minus S2. This is the general representation of this. Now S1, S2 is selection coefficient. So this selection coefficient is what? It will measure the strength of selection. Strength of selection. Selection coefficient, it will measure the strength of selection. For example, capital A is there and small a is there, and 300 is given, 200 is given. Progeny. Now if I want to calculate the fitness, so fitness is what? Proportionate. What will be the fitness of this capital A, capital A? Tell me. This is proportionate contribution to the offspring. So proportionate 300 offsprings there, 300 divided by 500. So this will be the fitness of capital A, capital A. Similarly, 200 divided by 500 is the fitness, relative fitness of this small a, small a. So this is fitness. Now I want to calculate the relative fitness. Suppose, and I told you this is, we are considering it 100%, and this is 1 minus S. And 1 minus is S is coming. Suppose this is 2 by 3. In the example, it is have been given. Now coefficient of selection. There is no S, so this is 0. And here S will be 1 minus 2 by 3. So this will be 1 by 3. So S we have calculated, that is 1 by 3. So this is selection coefficient. Okay. So this will be given in the question, that 1 minus S is this. Okay. So this type of selection we can do. Now there will be too many types of selection. I'll tell you one by one, but I'll not go in the detail. Now when, this is important, when fitness are equal. Suppose for all individual fitness is equal for all individual. What is his meaning? सबकी फिटनेस सेम है, सारे इंडिविजुअल की फिटनेस सेम है इन अ पॉपुलेशन, देन देयर विल बी, then there is no natural selection. There will be no natural selection. So this allele capital A and small a are, we can say, selectively neutral. So because all the, suppose all the parental generation are having same fitness. Same fitness means there is no variation in the population. So then that's why there will be no natural selection. So for natural selection, there will be some variation should be there. Means there will changes in the fitness is very important for the new generation. Okay, so that's why capital A, small a allele will be selectively neutral. Now there are three type of selection. If we consider this gametic selection, then xenotypic selection, and third one is phenotypic selection. gametic selection, genotypic and phenotypic selection. Now, if I consider this genotypic selection, so first one is selection against recessive. Selection against recessive. So whenever this selection type of questions come, our main setup will be like this: capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, small a, small a. That is our genotype. Genotype, frequency, P square, 2PQ, Q square. Total is 1. And then it will come relative fitness. Now see, this is against recessive. So we will write 1, 1, 1 minus S because we are taking against recessive. So for selection, this line is important. Remaining thing you can do. So we have to just remember that selection against recessive, this is the setup, that 1, 1, 1 minus S. Then we will see that frequency after selection. Frequency after selection is P square into relative fitness. P square dot 1, 2PQ dot 1 and Q square 1 minus S. Now we will take total of this. So this will be, see here I am doing for 1, P square plus 2PQ plus Q square minus 1 minus S. So see, P square plus 2PQ plus Q square minus Q square S will become, so this is 1, so we can say 1 minus Q square S. Okay, so this total will come like this. Now we can say relative frequency, this will be relative frequency after selection, and this will be frequency after selection. Now frequency after selection, it will be P square divided by total of this. So total of this is 1 minus Q square S, 2PQ divided by 1 minus Q square S, and Q square 1 minus S divided by 1 minus Q square S. So this is, means all are linked to each other, all calculations. Now if I calculate the frequency of A allele after selection, so what will be this? Q1 is equal to this, because we have small a means this plus Q square 1 minus S divided by 1 minus Q square S plus half portion of this, because capital A small a is there. Okay, so PQ upon 1 minus Q square S. Now after calculating Q1, we will calculate change delta Q is equal to Q1 minus Q. So we will calculate this change. This is not so important. Minus Q square minus PQ square S divided by 1 minus Q square S. So this is detail of calculation of this. Now for our, means important point is that somebody asked that in case of selection against recessive, if there is complete selection, what is the meaning of complete selection? कोई बता सकता है what is the meaning of complete selection? Any guess? What is the meaning of complete selection? Any guess? we are doing selection against recessive. So when this complete selection is there, then we can say that the recessives will vanish from the population after the selection. After the selection, if small s is equal to 1, see, if small s is equal to 1, then this is 1 minus 1. It means this is 0. So there is no fitness of small a small a. It means there is no small a population is there in the population. So at complete selection, so what is the value of selection coefficient in the complete selection? So the important question is this, that at complete selection s is equal to 1. Okay, and there is no selection. If there is no selection, then what is the value of s? It will be 0. So at small s is equal to 1, then the recessive will entirely at s is equal to 1, recessive will entirely eliminate from the population. Okay, so I can say at complete selection, see, if I keep this value delta q is equal to minus pq square s 1 minus p square, so it will be minus q square divided by 1 plus q. So this, just you have to remember that in case of selection against recessive, what is the delta q? No need to remember all these steps, just this line, that what is the setup of this relative fitness, 1 1 1 minus s, and remaining, you know that we have to just write, we have p square 2pq q square, and I know that setup is in case of selection against recessive is this, and after calculation we can get this for detailed question, but for objective purpose you remember this, and this. So complete selection, no selection. For incomplete selection, this entirely eliminate, and what will be the change in the frequency? That is minus q square upon 1 plus q at complete selection. So these points are important. Now see, we will see that how gametic selection will work. Gametic selection. So if I write the setup, our gametes are capital A small a, and its fitness, gametic selection against recessive. So it will be 1 and 1 minus s. Just a minute, one line is remaining. Frequency. PQ. Relative fitness. 1 1 minus s. Okay. Total 1. Then we can calculate. We will calculate relative frequency after selection. This will be P, this will be Q 1 minus S, and this will be 1 minus QS total. See, when will total it, P plus Q into Q minus QS. So P plus Q is 1, 1 minus QS. Then we will calculate frequency after selection. This will be P upon its proportionate frequency is proportionate. So individual divided by total, 1 minus qs, q into 1 minus s upon 1 minus qs. Now we will take q1 in next generation, then we will calculate delta q is q1 minus q. Then we will get like delta q is equal to minus pqs upon 1 minus qs. Here. Now important result is that delta q in gametic selection is greater than delta q in genotypic selection. That is against recessive. So we can say that gametic selection is more effective than genotypic selection. Gametic selection is more effective than the genotypic selection because the change in gene frequency, we are studying here. What we are studying, we are studying the factors affecting the change in gene frequency. So gametic selection is more effective because it is giving more gene frequency change, more change in gene frequency than the genotypic selection. So we can say that gametic selection is more effective than the, which frequency I have compared? I have compared this delta q for the gametic selection and delta q for genotypic selection. When you put the value, you will get that this value is greater than this. So this is the important result regarding this genotypic selection against recessive and genotypic gametic selection against recessive. Now next one is, similarly I told you that in similar way there are different selection are there. So second one is selection against an allele in the absence of dominance. अभी मुझे कोई बताए if what is the effect if there is no dominance. Tell me what is the effect if there is no dominance. Tell me what the example, if there is no dominance then what will happen. हेलो, किसी को कोई पता है? नहीं. Is there any idea or not? I am writing a red and white flowers are there. Capital R, small r, small r. Then if there is no dominance, यार शुरू की क्लास में बताया मैंने. If there is no dominance, then we will get different genotypes. That will be red, that will be pink, and that will be white. So this pink is because there is no dominance over r over small r. That's why this is not showing the dominance. Capital R is not showing dominance on small r. That's why we will get our different genotype, different phenotype here, that is pink. So we will get 1:2:1 ratio. Otherwise, we will get 3:1 ratio. So the selection against an allele in the absence of dominance, or we can say selection for intermediate. So this here, these are the intermediates. Okay, so a case of genotypic selection in which the fitness of heterozygous is exactly between two homozygous. Fitness of heterozygous is exactly between two homozygous. So three conditions means three type of descriptions there: selection against an allele in the absence of dominance, selection for intermediate, and selection fitness of heterozygous is exactly between two homozygous. So how we will write capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, small a, small a, that is genotypes. Then we will move to the frequency, p square to pq, q square. Then we will write relative fitness, relative fitness, that is 1, 1 minus s, 1 minus 2s. So this will be the in between. Suppose, see now how this will be in between. 1 plus 1 minus 2s, that is 2 minus 2s. 2, if I take common, 1 minus s divided by 2. So this is 1 minus s. Okay. So we have taken, I told you that fitness of heterozygous is exactly between two homozygous. So that is, I have done here one. This is the fitness of dominant homozygous. This is the fitness 1 minus 2s is the fitness of recessive homozygous, and this will be the intermediate. Okay, now next we will find relative frequency after selection, like just like calculating 2pq 1 minus s and q square 1 minus 2s. Then we will take the sum of this. Okay, then we will divide and we will find the frequency after selection. I'm not doing. Frequency after selection will be p upon this sum, 2pq 1 minus s upon this sum, and q square 1 minus 2s upon this sum. Okay, this there is sum. We will take the sum of this all three. Then after calculating this frequency, we will calculate q1. Q1 is what? R plus h by 2. R is this and h by 2 is this divided by 2. That will be q1. Then we will calculate delta q, that is q1 minus q. So same thing we will do. Now after calculating this, we have find the result, or that this delta q is equivalent to the gametic selection. Selection against recessive. So we can draw the conclusion like intermediate heterozygous with dominance without dominance is equivalent to the genetic to the gametic selection against recessive. Okay, so this is the result of this conclusion. And delta q, if I write, there is no need to write of delta q. You just remember this. And important line is, I told you that you have to remember this fitness, the value of fitness which we are giving. And this is the case of what? Selection of intermediate, or we can say absence of dominance or fitness of heterozygous is exactly between to the homozygous. Now the third case is selection favored heterozygous. Now I first case was selection against recessive. Now this is selection favored heterozygous, or it is also known as heterozygous superiority. Here heterozygous heterozygotes will have the same fitness, and homozygous will have different fitness. So what is heterozygous superiority? It means heterozygous will be superior over homozygous. So that is known as heterozygous superiority. Now I will write the setup: capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, small a, small a, p square 2pq, q square, and our relative fitness is fitness of heterozygous will be same. I am writing 1 here, and there is 1 minus s2, 1 minus s1. I told you that homozygous will have different fitness and heterozygous will have same fitness. So important line is this only. Remaining thing will be the same. Now remaining thing will be same as we will calculate our relative frequency after selection. That will be p square 1 minus s1, 2pq, q square 1 minus s2. Then we will find the sum here, and after this we will calculate the frequency sum. 2pq sum q square 1 minus s2 divided by sum of this. Same way we will calculate the then we will calculate our q1 after selection, and we will find the delta q, that is change in gene frequency after selection. Okay. Now important result is that if delta q is 0, what is the condition that delta q is 0? That population is in equilibrium. So at that time, this is important, that what will be the frequency q of allele A at equilibrium. So this will be the q, and this is p, that is s2 upon s1 plus s2. So the frequency of, just like in mutation, remember the mutation, mu upon mu plus v was the q hat, and what was the p hat? That is mu upon mu plus v. Remember, same here, s1 upon s1 plus s2. S1 is what? It is the relative means selection coefficient for our dominant homozygous, and this is s2 is what? Selection coefficient for recessive homozygous. Okay. So all the previous cases, now this we have covered that selection against recessive, then intermediate population, and third one heterozygous superiority. So all these, or and gametic selection also, gametic selection. So all these four cases we have done till now, it is based on the selection was in relations to their own fitness, based on their own fitness. It did not depend on the genotype of the parents. It did not depend on the genotypes of the parental population. So this is known as non-familial selection. Non-familial selection. Okay, which I have told you that will be based on the its own genotype or its own fitness. Then it is non-familial selection. Now we will move to the familial selection. An important case is selection against heterozygous. So they can ask in the exam that out of this, which is the example of familial selection. So they can give the option like selection against recessive, intermediate population, selection favored heterozygous, and selection against heterozygous. So if I write the question here, so important question is that which of the following is example of familial selection. And if I write the options, selection against phenotype, sorry, against recessive, second one is heterozygous, or I can write selection for intermediate, third one is selection favored heterozygous, and fourth one is selection against heterozygous. So this will be the right answer, because this selection against heterozygous we are considering in familial selection. Now what will be the setup of this familial selection? Capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, small a, small a, and same thing we will write frequency p square 2pq q square, and relative fitness, and this is, as this is against heterozygous, so I will write 1 minus n, the same fitness for our homozygous parents. Okay, now same we will calculate relative frequency after selection. That will be p square 2pq 1 minus s and q square. Then the sum of this will come minus 2pqs if I directly write total, and this will be 1. So for total you just add this all the three values. Then we will find the frequency after selection This will be p square upon this sum 1 minus 2pqs 2pq 1 minus s upon 1 minus 2pqs, then q square upon 1 minus 2pqs. So this will be the frequency. Now we will calculate what? Q1, and then we will calculate delta Q. Now this is the result. Most important result is, have you guys heard about RH factor? Tell me about if you have heard about RH factor.
Yes,
Anyone? Yes, Gaurav.
sir.
What?
If there is no RH factor, blood group is negative. If there is RH
No, it
factor,
is
blood
not
group
like that.
is positive.
Okay. And what is the effect of RH factor? Okay, basically, in suppose in this familial selection against heterozygous, so it is very well explained why. It is very well explained why familial selection against heterozygous is very well explained why there is one maternal fetal incompatibility. Incompatibility. Maternal fetal incompatibility is there at RH locus, or it is known as RH factor. So there is one RH locus in the female chromosomes. So at if this RH factor, that the scenario is that medical condition is there, that if RH positive children is there which is born by RH negative mother, then that this child, there is very less chance of survival. So if the mother is RH negative, then its children, whatever be the child of this RH negative mother, so there will be less survival of the children of the child of particular RH negative mother. So this is the important when mother is recessive. So I can say that when mother is recessive, or we can say RH negative. So what will be its RH? This will be its, I can write alleles, and her heterozygous child, that will be capital RH, small rh. This is homozygous recessive. This is heterozygous. So this heterozygous child is, there is less chances of survival. It will result death. Okay, if we see that combinations mother and father child. Okay, now what will be the different possible cases? Capital A cross A capital A. Capital A cross capital A small a. Capital A cross small a. And I can write RH positive mother. Same if I write RH positive mother, that is capital A small a cross capital A small a capital A small a cross small a small a. Then this is RH negative mother, that is recessive. Okay, now in offspring, if I calculate this, then there will be all this type 1 1 1 by 2 1 by 2 this